Active contractile mapping, or ACM for short, is going to be the squeezing or shortening of muscles along a particular line of muscles in sequential order, one after another. This is going to continue until that entire line of muscles is at its most shortened form. ACMs can be performed for pretty much any line of muscles or even individual muscles. So things like those harder to feel areas like the lats, the glutes, the hamstrings, those could all actually be performed as an ACM. In this particular context, we're going to be going over two groups of muscles called the spinalis and the transverso spinalis. So we're first going to begin by going into anterior pelvic tilt. So to do that, we're just going to unlock the knees in a comfortable stance, and then we're going to tilt the hips back so it's like you're pushing your butt back towards the wall. Now from there, I'm going to go into spinal extension. That's just going to be leaning back with your spine. And now we need to pick a direction. So I'm going to go into lateral flexion to the side of my choosing. And now I'm going to rotate to that same side with my spine. Now we need to repeat that at the neck. So I'm first going to go into cervical extension. So let's head straight back. Then lateral flexion. So think ear towards your shoulder. And then you're going to rotate again to that same side. And that's going to be our spinalis. And now for our transverso spinalis, you start with the same first step. So we're still going to go into our anterior pelvic tilt, which is knees unlocked, and then I'm going to just tilt those hips back. Now from here, we need to go into lateral pelvic tilt. So I'm going to pick a side. I'm going to pull just that hip up to the side. Now from here, we again go into our spinal extension. So I'm going to lean back. I go to lateral flexion of the same side of my lateral tilt at the hip. And now I'm going to rotate away from that side. So instead of turning towards it, I'm going to turn away. Now we repeat at the neck. Cervical extension is head straight back. Lateral flexion is ear towards that shoulder. And then I rotate away from it. And that's our transverso spinalis.